Good morning. Welcome to Advisory. This is the third part of our growth lesson. Today we're going to talk about those voices that we hear that are like, you can't do this. Sometimes it's like, oh, you got this. We're going to call those the judge versus the explorer. We're going to talk about that when it comes to making decisions, we tend to hear these voices that either give us the courage to do so, or it puts us in that space of fear of failure to where we're not going to try because we don't want to have the embarrassment that comes along with that. So it's common to stick with what is comfortable and to not step out of our comfort zone due to that fear of failure. So we are going to discuss these different voices that can help us or hurt us along the way. So the judge versus the explorer. So this is Heidi, and she wants to try out for a play, but she's never acted before. So her judge voice says, what if I don't make it? What if I get embarrassed? Why don't I just stick to what I'm good at? What if people laugh at me? I can't be better, or I can't get better because I am who I am. So when have you used your judge voice when trying to decide if you're going to try something new or not? So I want to prompt the teacher to please pause the video and give you a couple minutes to reflect on this question. So what does your judge voice say, and has it stopped you from trying? So what I want you to do is think of a time in your journals. Just want you to write it down. So I want you to think of a time when you didn't do something because your judge voice told you that it wasn't going to have a good outcome. So jot that down. Teacher, please pause the video for a couple minutes. Okay, so now that we've thought a little bit about what the judge voice sounds like in our own minds, this is the explorer voice. And the explorer voice is the opposite. The explorer voice tells you things like, anytime you try to grow, you are a success. I can always get better. I am not meant to be perfect. I am meant to grow. So when Heidi started hearing this voice, she started to think, what if I do make the play and I love it? It would be fun to try something new. I wonder what it would be like to be on stage. So with these specific statements, she's hearing her explorer voice. So we all have an explorer inside of our heads that helps us grow, but sometimes that's overpowered by that judgment voice. Okay, so the judge voice is the one that tries to convince us that we're not going to be good at this. It's questioning, worrying about the future and the bad outcomes, and to do all the what ifs. But the explorer voice allows us to take chances because it recognizes that the opportunity for growth. And even if you don't get the outcome you want, it's encouraging us to always try and to always get better. So which voice is louder, the judge or the explorer? So here we have the judge saying, you're not good enough to make the dance team. But the explorer might say, I will have fun trying out for the dance team and meeting new people. So even the explorer thinks, even if it doesn't work out for me, I will at least have fun trying. And then you're not good at taking tests. That's what the judge might say. Explorer might say, I can get better at taking tests. Like, you might have to recognize that maybe it's not your strong suit, but you can keep practicing and improve. The judge might say, don't ask anyone to the dance and you won't get rejected. But the explorer would say, it would be fun to go to the dance with someone. Okay, so with this reflection, think of these examples, and I want you to reflect which voice is louder. So we already started writing in our journals when it came to the judge, right? We thought about a time when maybe that judge voice took over and led to us making a decision or not making a decision based on what it was telling us. Right now, I want you to reflect on what voice is louder in your head when you try anything. Because again, the first step making any changes. So if we are being a more negative, or we're allowing our judge voice to take over, the first step in making a change is to recognize that. So this is the kind of a little exercise, just you reflecting on this is taking that first step. So take a minute. Which voice is louder, the judge or the explorer, when it comes to how you think of things and making decisions? Jot it down in your journal, and if you have time to reflect and maybe talk it out with the person next to you or the person at your table, people at your table, feel free to do so. And thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time.